Yo, but I'm not used to getting into lowered cars anymore. Living that low life. Epic, bruh. You still enjoy it though? But you know what I found after we after we raised up the white car, like I mean it's conventional and all of it for daily use, right? But something that I found is specifically when you're driving like on the N1 for example, you can literally feel how the car is playing with you through the road, bruh. Yeah. So that's why I think and traffic cops, they fail to understand that, bruh. When your car is lowered, but not like ridiculously lowered, you know what I mean, but lowered to a nice point, it aids in your center of gravity, so your car is less likely to roll or float or play on the road. So I mean, there's the benefit already, but
not just that, also I feel like when your car is high and you have that comfort, right?
Yeah.
You don't really pay attention to what's happening in the road.
Yeah.
So it does feel a bit rougher
Yeah.
when the car is lowered.
yeah,
But I think for me it's better as in driver experience and handling.
yeah,
Because I can feel the road.
yeah.
So I know.
Yeah. Yeah, now the handling, bruh, the handling some point, and that's why I say, we need to lower that car very soon as well, bruh. But okay, that's coming in.
That's it, like the
Later stage, yeah. Alright, so anyway guys, we just realized now that we ran out of some supplies. Sandpaper for number 1.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go pick up some supplies right now. This is of course now day 2.
Actually, it's day 3.
Is it day 3?
Yeah.
But day 2 after yesterday. So okay, day 1 was last week and day
No,
2
then
was
it's day
yesterday.
4.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
So first day we cut the bumper.
yeah.
The second day me and my brother made the hole for the fog light,
Yeah.
and we test fitted the bumper.
Yeah.
The third day was the body filler, which was yesterday's video.
Yeah.
And then now it's today, so it's 4.
Day 4. Okay, so we're on to day 4. Only reason it's taking us this long is because we were feeling a bit lazy. New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year, guys. Happy New Year, by the way. 2021. Yeah, so we just need to go in, collect some supplies. We're gonna hit up some places in the southern suburb, which is relatively close to us. Paint shops, just so we can get some sandpaper and then the plan for today is of course now to sand down the poly filler that we put on the bumper that we're flushing, and then we're going to be primering that, and we're going to be primering something else, but more on that once we actually touch base once again. So I'll just put you on a time lapse as we're driving. We just hit up location number 1 right now. Unfortunately they were closed. Like I said, we are feeling a bit lazy nowadays, so we came out a little too late. So we're going to be heading to Weinberg right now, just to see if we can get our supplies there, so we can move forward with this project. So I'm now finally gonna put you guys on a time lapse.
Perfect. Yeah, we now came to look for that sanding thing for the grinder.
Man. Oh, the gate is on the other side, open. Lovely.
No, they're not.
Alright, so the hunt is finally over. We got our sanding paper, various different grits. So we're gonna head back now, get everything sorted.
To the workshop.
To the workshop, yeah. We're not playing here, bro.
like the OEM. Oh, and there's so much different variations. Like where it comes
that guy was first, bro.
when it comes to like the racing now, we have Mugen, we have Spoon, we have like a whole bunch of performance companies, and then we have the stance.
But you know, Mugen is the son of Switcher Honda. It's his son, yeah, that branched out and created his own brand. His father didn't want him to like work in his company or something like that. And then he decided, you know what, I'm gonna go start my own company that does performance parts for my father's brand, which is Mugen. It's Mugen, by the way, it's not Mugen or Mugen, it's Mugen. And same with Bride, it's not Bride, it's Bride.
Yeah, which I feel is actually stupid because it's not exactly the same.
Yeah, but in Japanese, the pronunciation of things is different.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Of the polyester filler up. And we just did a rough on basically the section that we're going to be flushing out. It's extremely rough, as you can see. There is still some craters down in there, but that's basically what you want so that you can build up to a point where it's smooth. We'll show you on the other side how we do it, but it's just a matter of getting the polyester filler in all of the grooves, right down to specifically here, that's the biggest piece. And yeah, then you just build up, wait till it hardens, sand it a bit, and then just build up, and then you sand it to a smooth. Finally touch base now. We've already started sanding down of the polyfiller that we added to the bumper. As you can see there, it's starting to smooth out. We're doing this by using a sandy block and 80 grit. So we're just gonna knock that out, and then we're just gonna see what sections would still need more filler, and yeah, we'll show you what it ends up looking like. Sure, looking fresh. Alright guys, so we are now back at day 5 pretty much. Day 5 now? Yeah. So we back at it again. So we finished up the shaving of the bumper. To show you where we are right now. It is, we've sanded down on the bumper, sanded down the old paint using some 320. That's why it looks a bit like that. But for most part we got this nice and smooth. Nice and smooth, as you can see over here. Very nice. So we do have areas underneath, as you can see here, that we repaired with plastic, and that also serves as more support. And like we mentioned guys, look, there is different methods of course to doing this. This is our method that we chose, given the fact that the bumper was like what, 150, right? Yeah, it was like 150. The materials we had laying around, so it was just a matter of putting in the labor as opposed to taking it to a panel shop or whatever and paying a lot of money. But anyway, all in all, this is like 150 in total if you think about it. It's just our labor that we put in. And then yeah, so also we'd like to mention this is a first attempt for us, and we're pretty happy with. But we're gonna lay down some primer right now, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so we will also be primering the bonnet today. The reason for that is, as you can see over here, it started flaking. Right? The reason for that is this was also a first attempt for us after we facelifted the car. This was pirate. So they need primer once you actually get pick them up. And on the bonnet we used a 1K primer, right? Yeah, the reason for that is that's all we had for number 1, and there's no dents or anything like that. It was a brand new bonnet, so you don't necessarily, but learn from our mistakes guys. You can see some over here. So we will be sanding this down again, and we'll be using a 2K primer, the same that we're going to be using on the bumper. So we have everything set up right now. We just put that on the box just to secure it right there. One thing that we really want to mention is, if you're going to be buying a pirate part, you'll see that they come in a black coating. Sometimes it's like a greenish coating, like the Opel bonnet was, no? Sometimes, yeah, so they'll either come in a black coating or a greenish coating, right? I just want to stress this fact, that is not paint, so you can't just purchase it and put it on the car and expect that it's going to be good. That's why you'll see sometimes, I don't know if you've seen it already, but perhaps a car is driving around and you'll see the bonnet is completely rusted out. Have you seen that already? Yeah, so that's the reason. It's just a coating on it, but it doesn't protect the metal of the actual part. The reason being is these pirate parts are meant, of course, for panel beaters, so it's purchased, it must be primed immediately and then of course sprayed. So just a little tip, guys, otherwise you're going to run into a lot of problems. This is a primer that we'll be using. It's a grey primer. When you're laying down your primer, right, what you always want to check for, and this should be noted on the tin itself, so you'll see what you need to use. So this is a 2:1 ratio, meaning you need to use 2 parts of the primer and then 1 part of your hardener. We only have fast hardener on hand. You can use medium or even slow depending on the weather, of course. It's very hot today, so medium or slow should be suffice. And then if you have a mixing cup, you actually want to check on the mixing cup which one shows 2:1. So there you can see 2:1. So you'll do, so for example, we'll do until the 3 here and then until the 3 there, and then you can see here it says you can use either 5 to 20% thinners. I would recommend using 2K thinners, and that's just to thin it out a little bit. But I mean, for parts like these or even the bumper, I think thicker would actually be more ideal, right? And then you can sand it down at a later stage.
Yeah.
Okay. Any thoughts? Are you excited?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to get it sprayed because I mean we're on day 670 now.
How's your hands feeling? Let me see. Do you still have fingertips left?
It wasn't that bad. We're actually using wet sanding, so
yeah.
fine.
Alright guys, so we're gonna set everything up and then we'll get to that now. Primer's all sorted. That's only the first coat, but we laid it down nice and heavy, and as you can see it looks flippin' amazing. The beadings are pretty much gone.
Some runs, but I mean it's fine.
That we will sand out afterwards. So yeah, as you guys can see, very nice. Beadings gone. So I mean, for the first attempt, I do feel like that was a massive success. As you can see, it's gone. And I mean, just to as a reference point, that's basically what we wanted to achieve. Once again, this is the same. Was also had beadings and it's flushed down, and we have it. And we also threw some coats of primer on the bonnet. But other than that, looking pretty good, bruh. How are you feeling about it?
I'm excited.
Excited, yeah.
I can't wait for the color to go on and the bumper to actually go on the car.
Oh, yeah. And then we're also gonna fit the JDM fog light. So now it's just a matter of us. We're gonna give it about another one coat, yeah. And then we need to sand down, and then we will do the color in another video. So we're gonna end off here. Thanks for watching, guys.